Welcome back to Modern Randy. This is Randy. Today we're going to be playing something a little bit different. I'm going to be playing a Jeskai low to the ground build with Murktide Reason kind of our top end win con here. So we're playing 21 lands, so then we got 2 Spell Pierces, 4 Thought Scour, 4 Bolts, 3 Snapcaster Mages, 4 Counterspell, 4 Expressive Iteration, 4 Sprite Dragon, 1 Brazen Borrower, 3 Archmage's Charm, 3 Little Teferi, 4 Murktide Reason, and Prismatic Ending as our main deck here. So we have the Spell Pierces, Counterspells, Archmage's Charm as our Counterspell suite. We have Thought Scour to help us draw cards as well as get our Murktide regions out faster. Special Iterations, another good card draw advantage. Bolt and Prismatic Ending as our removal spells because they pretty much hit everything in the format outside of the other Murktide regions. 3 Teferis to make sure our opponent can't interact with us, but we can interact with them. And then I have Snapcaster Mage, Sprite Dragon, and Murktide Region as our win cons here, essentially. And then 21 lands, we're kind of low to the ground, we don't need too many lands. Then for our sideboard here, we have 3 Flusterstorms, 2 Alpine Moons, 2 Kentucky Warwage, 2 Core Firewalkers, 3 Winter Terrors, Chalice and Engineering Explosives, and Emrakul for the mill matchup. So Flusterstorm is just a great little counterspell. It's finally starting to see play in Modern. I thought when this got printed into Modern, it was going to make a big splash, or at least make somewhat of a splash. It did not at all. I own 4 copies now that have been sitting in my binder collecting dust for way too long. Happy to see that it's finally starting to see play. People are realizing that it's good in these low to the ground decks. Alpine Moon, obviously, for those problematic lands, mostly Urza Saga, Kentucky Warrage, and Winter Terror for the problematic artifacts and enchantments. 4 Vital Walker there just to give us a little bit of a life gain buffer against the other red decks running around and be able to just stop Ragavan cold. Along with the Engineer Exclusive and Chalice for the Cascade decks and the Rhino decks, and then like I said, Emrakul for the mill decks, so that way we don't just get milled out for a million. But this is what we're going to be taking into a league today to see how we can do. I think this is well positioned. I think Spell Pierce has been vastly underplayed right now. I think it's great, along with Archmage's Charm and Murktide Region. But let's see how we do. I'll see you guys for round 1. Alright, we did find an opponent for round 1, and we are going to be on the play. Always great to have happen. Alright. We do have 3 lands, the Sprite Dragon, Lightning Bolt for early interaction, Murktide Reason, and Teferi. I think I'm going to keep this. 3 lands, 4 spells, seems like a great keep to me. See how fast I can be proven wrong. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play out our Scalding Tarn, and then probably try to get our Triome here so we can have our white and red right away. Opponent is playing Windswept Heath, cracking immediately. So we need to bolt. Probably not. Abundant growth. Okay. I don't want to click into that. Alright. So go get Triome here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and shock myself with the Steam Vent and run out Sprite Dragon. Try to get some aggressiveness going. And there for 1. Doing the damage. Okay. Well, can't do much about that, can we? So we're up against an Enchantress. I don't think there's a reason to play Teferi. I'd rather leave a Bolt and Thought Scour. Personally, that way we can kill any of their little creatures they might play. They're all very important for them, letting them draw. Yep, so we're going to end up bolting that and Thought Scouring. Bolt. Go ahead and Scalding Tarn. Get our other Steam Vents. And Thought Scour ourselves. Flesh of Iteration is always a good one to have. with an Archimedes charm. So I think I'm gonna lead off with the expressive iteration. Alright. Let's go ahead and put a Sprite Dragon in hand. We're gonna put Bolt on the bottom and Exile Prismatic Ending. We'll play our Glacial Fortress and then we'll get rid of that on thin ice. Get our creature back, get to attack for 1. Maybe. If I can click, right, guys? Oh. Alright. Opponent's got 5 cards still in hand. Alright, they found the Enchantress Presence. So I think that if we draw a land, I'm going to play Sprite Dragon to Fairy, bounce the Enchantress Presence, because that way it slows them down. Okay, yeah. So we'll be smart about this. Play our Sprite Dragon first, then play our Teferi. That way our dragons get pumped up. Bounce their Enchantress Presence. That way they have to recast that next turn. And attack for 4, putting them on a clock. And then basically, depending on what they play this turn, we're just going to start leaving up, Archmage's Charm, Counterspell. So there's the Enchantress Presence that we expected. And Utopia Sprawl, I'm just going to yield till unstep because we're not going to interact at all. Yep, so they have that, they drew a card. Okay, so that's basically all they're doing. Let's go ahead and uptick to Fairy. So I think I was gonna yield. I'm going to attack for the 4 this turn, and then just hold up both counter spells. The way we truly lose this game is by them by them landing the Solitude, and we need just to be able to answer that, so having both counter spells up just feels perfect. So we will let them draw off Enchantress Presence, and we'll just counterspell her. Then it grows our guys as well. So now we're attacking for 6. Next turn, let's see what else they have. Alright, I think that they have the Solitude, maybe. It's what made us think that their last card, or not their last card, they have 5 cards in hand, it's definitely not their last. Utopia Sprawl, yep, we're not going to do anything with that. You got a Utopia Sprawl. Yep. We'll go ahead and counter that. Unstep. So now we're just attacking for lethal unless they need to have, okay, they need to have a on thin ice basically here. So we were able to win game 1, always nice to see. Alright, moving on to game 2 though, we're definitely going to want the Wear Tears in. I do believe we can probably cut the 3 bolts. Honestly, might cut the 4th bolt and bring in a Flusterstorm as well. All their creatures are enchantment based as well, so the Terrors do the same thing as a bolt does, as well as hitting a bunch of the other spells. And then so just being able to have a Sprite Dragon that pumps Rose, we have Murktide Regent, Archmage's Charm, and Counterspell. We would have Brazier Borrower to bounce if we really need to. I think that this is kind of what we want to be at with this. The Lightning Bolts are great, but we don't need Prismatic Ending, Wear Terror, Brazier Borrower, all great. Spell Pierce and Flusterstorm interact really early. I think this is where we want to be with this deck and with this build. So opponent's going to be on the play. Pretty obvious. So we do not have a creature in this hand. We have two expressive iterations. So I am going to keep this. We have two iterations to draw us into our creatures. We have the spells to answer their early stuff. We'll just yield to their incept. Probably gonna either play Abundant Harvest here or Utopia Sprawl. One. They had the Utopia Sprawl for the fast mana. I do think there's an argument here just to go ahead and Prismatic ending their Utopia Sprawl and keep them on pace with us to where they're not ramping out too fast. Plus, we have a bunch of stuff in our hand to be able to do, so it's not like Sterling Grove. Shroud. Okay. Their stuff has Shroud now. Well, for the time being. Okay, so now I'm just going to yield through this turn. Leave open Counterspell if we need to use Counterspell, or if not, we have, you know, Wear and Tear that we can use to kill the Sterling Grove and then go get whatever. I don't see a reason to counter the Utopia Sprawl now. Sterling Grove, okay. So, first we're going to events, then we'll counter that one. Cannot have all their stuff have Shroud. It's not good for. Also, blunder I made, I forgot. For some reason, I always think Flusterstorm can hit it's just non-creature. It's not just non-creature. It is instant or sorcery. So that was a terrible card to bring in. I do apologize to you guys. I am going to put Murktide Region though into my hand. Thought Scour on the bottom and Rugged Triumph, and then we'll just play Rugged Triumph for the turn. So if you are watching this and just yelling at me on YouTube, I understand completely. Just totally slipped my mind. I'm so used to I'm so used to this countering a bunch of nonsense that I was like, yeah, this will work. It doesn't. Okay, so opponent's guy's good because we have to kill Sterling Grove but still crack in response. There we go. See what they're gonna get. But yeah, just a missed blunder. I'm so used to they got another Sterling Grove. That's not surprising, I guess. But yeah, I was just thinking like, oh, this will do this, and it doesn't. I'm just so for all the people yelling at me right now, I understand. I am maybe a little bit too slow, a little bit slow. We're just gonna get and then we're going to cast a Murktide Regent. I'm going to leave the counterspell into my graveyard, so let's make a 7/7 and pass the turn. So let's see what our opponent has. They're gonna so they have Sanctum, and that's it. Okay, not what I expected. Alright, let's lead off here with an expressive iteration, see what we can find. Well, I want the Snapcaster Mage in my hand for obvious reasons. Thought Scour. Then going to attack for 7, and I think as unfortunate as it is, I think I'm just going to keep Archmage's Charm up instead. I'm not sure exactly what all they have in hand. I know they have Sterling Grove, so they have 1, 2. They'll have 2 more 3 mana again. I think I was gonna let this resolve and then just counter anything else in my house. I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana altogether. Yep, this is kind of what I expected. I figured they were sitting on this, and I just want to learn how to tap my mana, folks. That's all I want to do. We need blue. Like, I don't know. Oh, white card. Like, oh, I gotta get white mana, apparently. My brain's special, guys. Alright. And what are we drawing? Wear Tear. Not terrible. But I'm going to end up just attacking for 7. We'll attack for 7 and just pass. I mean, they are dead next turn. We have Snapcaster Mage with Counterspell and Archmage's Charm, so yeah. That's kind of what I figured would happen, is they're going to have to sacrifice that and look for something. On Thin Ice has entered, revealed. Okay. Cool. So we will snap. And yep, okay. So despite our terribleness of boarding in Flusterstorm like an idiot, we still did win. I mean, this deck is just great at applying pressure and being able to apply, like, put a creature down and protect it. We're almost a Protect the Queen type style deck. But like, as you can see, just really good right out of the gate toward 2-0. I will see you guys, though, for round number 2. Alright, guys, back for round number 2. We are going to be on the play, which is great to see. Let's see what our opening hand here is. Alright, nothing too amazing. We have 2 removal spells, though. We are playing against a Lurrus deck, so having those removal spells are definitely going to be nice. Being on play is going to be good, too, because we'll be able to go Triumph, then have Dramatic Ending and Bolt for their Dash Ragavan. We're going to keep this. And let's see what we... Your opponent Blim all get down to 6, see if they can keep their 6 or go down to 5. Probably keep their 6. Usually Lurrus decks are pretty consistent as a whole. Yep, kept their 6. Alright, so let's play our Triome and pass. We're not going to be doing anything else. What do you guys think? Darcy or Ragavan turn 1? Blind. Okay. Different deck. Yep. No sense up. Care about any of this. We are playing against Hammer Time. So 3 cards in hand. I do think I'm just going to go ahead and ending her and play Steam Vents untapped. Leave our Bolt up, and then if we don't need to use Bolt, we have Thought Scour then. Alright, what does our opponent have for 2? Pure Steel Paladin. Yep, that's getting bolted faster than you can say Bolt. So we'll just do this now, and then that way we can yield through their turn. They're not going to be doing anything else. Cool. Go ahead and just play the island and pass. Now we get to have Counterspell open, or Thought Scour, or Archmage's Charm if we need it. I'm going to go ahead and Counterspell that, so that way we can also Thought Scour here. 1-for-1 trading is... Okay. So their last card is going to be... yeah, Colossal Hammer. Which we knew. We knew that was going to be their last card when they went to go search. So let's go ahead and Thought Scour myself. Alright, got rid of 2 at 2. Do this. See, got rid of 2 Flooded Strands. Got a Counterspell. Good little draw there. Alright, so we are doing a little bit of flooding, but nothing to worry about. I have to imagine this turn they're probably just going to put Lures into their hand. Maybe play the Colossal Hammer as well. Yeah, so they put Lures into their hand. See if they go ahead and play the Colossal Hammer. I'm trying to think if... I think that we're just going to let Colossal Hammer resolve, and then I'm just going to try to draw 2 here at the end of turn. That way we can try to get some action going. Okay, we drew 2 more straight lands. That's not good for us. Oh my god. We are flooding out here, folks. Not good. Hopefully our opponent just goes to slam Luris. They drew a land. So they gotta crack, see if they draw anything better, and then hopefully they draw anything and they're just gonna try to slam. Okay, opponent's just gonna play the waiting game. Yep. We're not gonna do anything with that. Crack our fetch land, hope to not draw another land. Get one of our 2 hollow fountains that are left in the deck. Jesus. Well, flood does happen, but this is a little unreal. Hopefully our opponent is flooding out as well, or just not drawing good. Maybe our opponent just thinks that we're all flooded out and... Yep, okay, so we're not going to counter that. That is, at least, they have a clock now. Gorgeous. Not a fast clock, so thankfully. We will need to draw something eventually. Would be nice. Anything. Anything at all. Got a lot of life. Okay, thank God. We found a spell. Alright, I'm going to eat the Thought Scour, Bolt, Counterspell, and then a couple of lands. I'm going to keep a Prismatic Ending and an Archmage's Charm in there just for our Snapcaster Mage if we draw it. Then, yeah, I put my land up. We'll yield through this turn. Now we can block their Ornithopter, thankfully. We're not just going to be slowly pinged to death. Okay. Going to counter Luris because we need to. And they have, so that way I don't get back. Steel. Here's Steel Paladin. Alright. Else. Nothing else for this turn, it looks. Okay, they drew a drum. Thank goodness. Whew. Luckily, our opponent's draws have been just as bad as ours. Alright. I'm going to main phase Thought Scour so I know what I'm drawing into now. That way I can decide. Okay, another Murktide regen. With that, I'm going to go ahead and attack then for 6. See if my opponent blocks, because this just gives a plus, yeah, triple A. Okay. Just had to make sure, folks, don't want to attack into a Death Touch. I was 90% certain that Shadow Spear didn't, but it has been a minute since I played against that card. Ever since all the Urza decks kind of died down. Thought Scour. We'll get rid of Counterspell. Yeah, we're just gonna go 5/5. Keep our Archmage's Charms bracketing. I did forget that Murktide grows. Which I guess doesn't matter because they probably just would have blocked it at that point. But now we have an 8/8 and a 5/5. And I'm gonna keep both my lands in hand right now. Just so our opponent thinks we have something. You and I both know we don't, but our opponent might be scared. Alright, we took down game 1 against Colossal Hammer Time. So that is nice. Let's go ahead and bring in Kataki's War Rage and Wear Terror. I'm going to cut 2 Teferis. I don't think they're the greatest in this matchup. I'm going to trim on a Counterspell. Snapcaster Mage. What else do I not truly like in this? I think I'm going to trim on a... I'm going to trim on 1 Murktide Region just in case they bring in Artifact Hate. Graveyard Hate. Oh, people, learn how to speak English, it will save you. Don't be me and just not be able to speak at all. Okay, so 4 lands is a little heavy, but we have Kentucky War Rage, which is good. We have Lightning Bolt for turn 1, and we have Snapcaster Bolt. So I'm going to keep this and see what my opponent's leaning off on. Alright, give her a room, skill 10 step, because we're not interacting on turn 1. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and slam events, bolt, and yell through this turn. There's not really any reason to do anything else. They have the Ink Moth Nexus, which is quite scary. They have the Stone Forge. Go get their hammer. Hopefully we can draw well. Alright, I'm going to just slam one of the jockeys out and see what happens. Fortunately, we don't have anything else going for us. Okay, that's scary. Yep, we'll take the 2. Oh, yep, that becomes more than 2, huh? Yep, this is awful. Alright, yep. Indeed. Hammer time doing hammer time things, I suppose. Well, now at least their whole turn is going to be paying for stuff. Probably just gonna set. Oh, they're gonna keep the Ornithopter. They say. Ornithopter too good to pass up. My opponent, ladies and gentlemen, my opponent. Alright. Let's see if they have just another hammer and I just get spoofed. Hammer. Okay, hammer. I was able to. Cool. So we're gonna go to blocks then. Block the Stoneforge Mystic. Go ahead and attempt to bolt the Ornithopter and see if we just get had. Okay, I'm just gonna move on to game number 3. Let's go to game number 3. Alright. With game number 3, let's bring in some Alpine Moons. I 100% forgot about this card existing. With the Alpine Moon, I think I was just gonna bring in 1. And I'm going to cut 1 Thought Scour for it. I think that we can win without it. I think that we just needed to keep a better hand and we didn't. I thought, 3 spells, 4 lands, still would be okay. I was not. But we'll be on the play for game 3, so let's see if we can turn this back around in our favor here. Okay, 1 land. We do have the Wear Tear Bolt, such. I'm going to mulligan this. 1 land hand's already trapped. Okay, I will keep this. And I'm probably going to put back Thought Scour. I'm going to wait and see what I need to name with Alpine Moon. Mainly for the fact of I just don't know if they're going to. I just don't know if I'm going to need to name Ink Moth or Urza. So we have turn 2 attacking wage. They're going to have to either pay for their Sentinel or sacrifice it, which seems great for us. And now we also have Wear Tear as well. So they're going to keep the Sentinel around. They say, no. It's worth. See what they have on their Path to Exile. Okay. I will take a free layup. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play Spike Dragon and then just attack for 1 this turn. And we have to leave up Terror to destroy an enchantment. So, yep, that's gonna happen. Probably just getting the Alpine Moon to get rid of the Urza Saga, I think. Night, yep. You're still Paladin. Okay, I might be getting hit for, yeah, I'm gonna be getting hit for 11 here. But this next turn will be at least halfway decent. Oh, you know what? Actually, I might just steal Sentinel. Okay. Um. So with this, it might make more sense. Actually, it might make more sense to steal the hammer in this situation because they're going to move it around multiple times. But I think I'm just going to sit back and see what I need to do. We'll hold back with Spike Dragon because it can block, so we're not dead. And then 2. Yeah, I forgot about Urza Saga. We should have played the Alpine Moon first. That's a mistake. Second Colossal Hammer is annoying. But when they go to attack, we can steal the creature that has the hammer. And we will. Oops. Undo. We'll not pay 11 to prevent that. I forgot his power. So used to S% not being a 1/1. Yep, steals it back. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured they'd bring in some kind of graveyard hate. If we draw another mountain, though, we're just going to be killing the hammers. Little choked, so there. Double. Yep. We'll leave Wear up then. That way we can hopefully block Peter Still Paladin and destroy the Colossal Hammer underneath it. We are in a little bit. Yep, okay, another Urza Saga, which we'll have Alpine move for next turn, so it'll be fine. Alright, that's not good. Oh, they're just okay. They're getting Shadow Spirit. Okay, that doesn't do too much for me. Opponent was smart enough to see the line of play. So we make it an 11-11. Still think we're just dead, right? So because we can make it -10, so it makes it a 13. That'd be 4, 5. Yeah, we're still just dead. Okay, opponent got us. I do think that we can beat the Hammer Time matchup. I think that if you draw 2 islands when you desperately need the other color lands, you will not win. But let's see what happens in round 3. Alright, we are back for round 3. We did win the dice roll again, so it'll be on the play. Let's see here. Alright. I am going to keep this hand, so we'll go ahead and keep. We'll lead off with Scalding Tarn, hopefully for a Triumph. Waiting on my opponent with theirs. Either mulligan or not. The tank about it. We have Murktide Regent, 3 different counter spells. You have the Spell Pierce, counter spell itself, and Archmage's Charm, and Sprite Dragon. So not a bad little hand overall. Just need some more draw. Need a land or 2 more, and we'll be all set with this. But we'll see what we're playing against and such. Looks like our opponent did mulligan down to 6. Mulligan down to 7. Oh, they're down to 5. Okay. 7 was a maybe, 6 was a no for sure. 5 looks like I don't know if I can go lower. Or maybe just try to figure out what they need to put back. Who knows? It is kind of a little bit stressful, especially on games 1. It's hard to tell. Like, oh, you know, put back the counter spell, and you really need it. Put back the removal spell, and that's actually what you need. Put back the threat, and actually against, you know, a slow deck that you need the threat for more than you need the removal spell for. Hard to say what you should put back, right? But I'm gonna guess. Okay, yep, they're keeping their 5. Just trying to figure out what they need to put back, and then so Scalding Tarn pass. See what they're up to over there. Here in a second. Opponent is going with the Verdant Catacombs. So if opponent does go to play Discard Spell, I will crack and play Spell Pierce. Just to keep information hidden from my opponent. Nope, they went Forest into... Okay, it's this deck. Spell Pierce, you're looking real bad. Real bad. Playing against Yawgmoth over here. Alright, let's go ahead and just go for the Sprite Dragon. Attack for 1, and then move on. Opponent had a mulligan to 5, so hopefully they'll have the strongest hand then with their deck over here. I am surprised that they went for basic forest though, unless maybe they have the filter land in hand. And that would make sense, you know, try to conserve your life total. But without them having... Yeah. Okay, there it is. They did have it. So like I say, without having that filter land, basic forest seems real bad. We draw a land here, then we'll just pass. If not, we'll have to... Okay. Iteration it is. Always use that. See what we can get here. Off the top. Alright, well this is real easy. We're gonna put flooded strands to hand, we'll put spell pierce on the bottom, and we'll keep sulfur falls. Cast sulfur falls, and now we get to hold up spell pierce. That matters. And we might as well just attack. 4-2, our Sprite Dragon will continuously get bigger as to where Young Wolf will only ever be a 2-2 with the help of Noble. But let's see what they have here. Maybe they have a cord or something we can snipe here with a spell pierce that they're not going to be expecting. No one expects the spell pierce. The greatest part about spell pierce. No one expects it ever. They are paying cost. Alright, that's not good. That's not good at all. Well, I still want to attack. I'm just gonna hold up counter magic. We cannot afford to allow them to have another undying creature hit, otherwise I think we lose on the spot. We don't lose on the spot, but it will not be pretty. Not a whole bunch for this matchup, huh? I know this deck has gained a little bit of popularity back, but it's still, I almost never run into it, or even when I watch people play, just never run into this deck. Yeah, this could be the triple black dying one. Dross Messenger. Struggling with the filter lands, not the easiest to use. Use beyond Magic Online, not at all. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Counterspell here. Or make more sense because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna use Archmage's Charm. Here in an attempt to more cards in my yard. That's not good. Dogmoth doing yes things over here. Typical. Typical. Well, at least it's not Dross Messenger, so that's plus at least. Yeah, protects me for 3. And here, that blue text. Okay. Steam tapped. 1, 2, 3. Play the land. We need to apply pressure so they can't draw a whole bunch of cards. So I think I'm just going to attack for the 3. I'm going to hold up and counter spell, Spell Pierce, and Lightning Bolt, and maybe try to break up their draw here. They can't block. Go to 11. Go to end step. Yep, so they're going to sacrifice a creature. Undying happened. Okay. So, okay. So with that one, then we're going to bolt the dog. So this breaks up that combo they can have. So then he'll sacrifice his dog again. But to kill my creature, then he has to sacrifice the dog and lose Ignoble, and he'll be left with Yawgmoth and the wolf. So yeah, I feel like holding the bolt here was correct. I forgot that they could do that. Yep, I really hate this deck. I still think it breaks out the combo, right, overall? Yeah, because it leaves them with 2 plus 1 or +2/+2, which is not ideal still, because that's still a 2, 4, 6 coming out of my face. Good news is though I have the counter spell up. Okay, so one of the cards you drew was a land, which is good for us. That means it's not important. Three, 4, 5. Okay, let's go into 7. I'm floating a green before he does that. I'm not sure what that's about. What do you do? Come on. What you got, opponent? Artifact or champ? Do I want to counter this just... I think I want to counter it just in general. Just to make my guy bigger. I don't think that thrashing Bronzodon is really doing all that much here. But I want to counter it just for the fact that it grows this. Makes Bolt now lethal. Please Court of Calling. Two, 4, 6, 8. The best he can have. Oh no, you know what? He can still kill me. Okay, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. I think he can kill my Sprite Dragon though. Is that right? Because he can, but he takes 4, so I don't know if he's gonna want to. So definitely attack me for 4 or 6 though. Puts me to 3. This is a really interesting game. A lot of mental math, knowing how stuff works. I might bring in engineered explosives just to have. I don't think there's really anything else in this list, my sideboard list with this. If I can draw a bolt off the top, I'm pretty sure it's 100% win. Okay. So he's going to 6. I think he's making himself just dead to bolt. I think that's what he's learned is like this is the best outcome for him. And then he sacrifices a snake. Right, because this is just pay 1 life, sacrifice it, yeah. Yep. And lets him draw a bunch of cards as well. Alright. Come on, bolt off the top. 1 time for bolt. Accurate. So Riptide Region doesn't do it. You know, like 2 of them. Yep. Someone got us. Alright. I'm going to bring in 1 engineer explosives, take out a spell pierce. There's not really much else I want to bring in. The only other thing they might do is they might bring in some kind of graveyard hate overall, but I think that we're just going to have to deal with it. I don't really want to bring in a wear tear against 0 targets. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, you still have a lot for this matchup overall. So, it is what it is, though. I mean, there's not much you can expect to do, or for this matchup even. Like, there's not a whole bunch of cards that I can think of that would want off the top of my head. Especially in my colors. But we'll get to be on the play for game 2. Excuse me, hopefully be able to pull this out, and then game 3 will be probably a little bit more challenging being on the draw, but we shall see. I'm not sure if my opponent has a whole bunch of cards for me or whatnot. Maybe they're trying to see if any of their cards actually line up for them. But I just don't think that we have a whole bunch of cards that we want to bring in or anything of that nature. Like I said, I'm just taking out the 1 spell pierce for the engineer explosives, which I don't think is even that amazing. I just think that 2 spell pierces is not where I want to be at for this matchup. Opponent is deep in the tank over there, talking about or figuring out what they want to bring in, take out YZ. We're down to a minute, or under a minute, I should say, for their sideboarding time. But like I said, I'm just not sure what they have all for us as a whole, but we do not have a whole bunch for them at all. So this might just not be a good matchup. Or it could be amazing. I could just be wrong and, you know, just say draw everything I needed. Maybe my opponent's actually just AFK and not sideboarding at all, and this is all just for not, because they're down to 10 seconds now. Another sideboarding. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes, I look first. I'm going to mulligan this hand. If it had a red source in it, I would keep it, but we just can't keep a non-red source hand. So we don't have the white mana for this, but I think that's fine. The whole, like our opponent, so our mulligan, opponent is waiting to see if they're mulliganing or not. They mulligan to 6 as well. I'm going to keep this. I think that we're going to send back Engineer Explosives because I'm not entirely sure how good that card's going to be either way. Then I'm going to keep Steam Vents open on turn 1 and Thought Scour myself. I think that being able to play a fast Murktide will be helpful this game, so that we can get there, because that's going to put us up to 3 cards in the graveyard, then we're just, 2 away. Draw like a fetch land and maybe another cheap spell will be all good. But see what our opponents got. Up their 6. They got to lead off with. I'm gonna guess either Young Wolf or Noble. Probably Young Wolf. Play the lottery. Alright, let's Thought Scour ourselves, see what we got rid of 2 lands, another Murktide region. Okay. That's ideal. Get a Sprite Dragon though. Back for our 1. Ideally, like to draw a land here. On our next draw step, get a land, hopefully a fetch land or a white source, then we can play turn back ending, get rid of the Young Wolf, keep moving along. Make our Sprite Dragon a little bit bigger, then next turn be able to Murktide Regent. Opponent's got to turn to Stringeroo Geist. Alright. Well, I lied. Our first back ending would take out a Stringeroo Geist. That's annoying. See what we draw. What a trans. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and do what I just said. White blue. Keep the Stringeroo Geist. There's an exile Stringeroo Geist. What's better? That put a 2-2. Then our see what we're doing on with our next plays. Sure, our opponent set it up too. Have a land. So the good news is they cannot play Drop Messenger on turn 3. That basic forest. Nice. Jeskai. Okay. Alright. I think I'm actually going to sit back here because I think that they have yeah. Fraction. Yawgmoth. I think they have him. I do not want to end up losing to that because they have a great little setup here with young wolves and whatnot, and I want to be able to counterspell it basically. And if for some reason they have nothing, I can just Archmage's Charm, draw 2. Worst comes to worst. But now I get to block one of the young wolves too. See what they do. Opponent is in the tank. Alright, so I'm guessing they're going to be attacking. Nope, I think they're just going to see if I had anything. I'm trying to think of Eldritch Evolution. Or not. Get up now. No, it's a sorcery. Okay. They can't cord for 4. Yeah, they can't cord for 4, and they can't Eldritch Evolution instant speed. So I'm going to draw 2. And make my dragon bigger. They can cord for Dross Messenger. That's like the scariest thing they can do right now. Mage's Charm so good. Yeah. I don't feel bad about just sitting back there. And then if I draw a land, then my next three draws here with the 2 from Archmage's Charm and my natural draw step, I'm gonna slam Murktide Regent, hold up counterspell. And then just try to put this game into end stages. So they're going to cord for 3. I think they realize they can just cord for 3. Okay, they're cording for 2. No, this is still only cord for 2. I'm just not sure what they're doing. Okay, there we go. They're gonna cord for 3. Right? Yeah, cord for 3. Exactly what I thought they would do. Yeah, so the scariest thing they can do is get Dross Messenger. Yep, okay. Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Killing me. Alright, so with that land draw, I think I might just still slam Riptide Region at this point. Like I'm gonna slam Riptide Region and I think I'm gonna wait a turn to do anything before attacking. I just kind of want to hold off. I'm gonna hope that they blew their Port Calling load essentially. Nope, they are tapping. Oh, that is equally trash right now. So Murktide down. what he's going after. Yep. Man, Spellpier's looking real good right now. Against D3. So I think Gris being on the field for another turn won't really matter. Next turn is when I have to care. I think I'm going to play. I'm going to play one Sprite Dragon and attack my opponent for 3. I need to just put him to dead sooner rather than later. Because Chris is just going to make a 1/1. Yeah. Yeah. Chris isn't going to do anything I care about. And I can walk 3, take 3, and I have a counter spell held up. That's 4. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Centaur is in there. Yep, plus 1ing. Oh, I see. He gets a life either way. Okay. Dual block. Messenger. Use counter spell. So we don't attack. Deal. Our cells is dead. Yep, okay. So you have a 4. 4 to 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's no way. Okay. Well, this is unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, they're out grinding us with just little low drop creatures. But we will see you for next round. Alright, we are back again for round 4. We won the dice roll again, so we'll be on the play. Let's see what we get started off with. Alright, we'll keep this hand. So we'll keep this. Did our opponents up? Oh, Morgan, the free card. Oh, it's Tron. Okay. Interesting. Well, with that being the case, then I want to go ahead and thought scour myself. I didn't even notice it until it happened, basically. Alright. And let's go ahead and play a Sprite Dragon then while we can. We want to attack fast and hard. Right, 2 Urza Mine, that's really good for us. That means that they're not having Tron on next turn. But with them not having Tron next turn, then we're going to go ahead and play Question of Iteration. Let's grow this dragon, boys and girls. Okay. I'm going to put Murktide Region into my hand, put Spell Pierce on the bottom, back ending. Get rid of that Expedition map to stop a guaranteed land. And let's attack for 3. I don't know why. I don't know where I was going. Fella. Oh, down to 16. We draw a land next turn. Okay, they got 2 of the 3 pieces missing now. Okay, so they're gonna have the 3rd one then. Sylvan's crying, right? Because they're gonna power plant. Okay. Land. Alright, that's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue, blue. Take a 7/7. And now we can attack for 3 again. Put in 13. And they're gonna go power plant. Barn is fine. We're not gonna stop that. Reason to. Yep, what you gonna get? Bridge? Show me a bridge. Go get an island. Let's counterspell. Stop that bridge. Right. And cool. So, what, 7. Going to attack him for 7. We'll attack Karn. Then we just get to sit back on the fact that we have Snap counterspell. So, there's no reason to do anything crazy. All is dusty. Yep, okay, cool. With all his dust, it almost makes me think that it might be Eldrazi Tron instead. But we're gonna bring in 2 Alpine Moons. The Fairy is not that great. We're gonna cut the 2 Teferi. Then just wait and see if there's anything else we need to add in. Some of yours can be good, just being able to swipe some cards early. I'm gonna take it my opponent's gonna be on the play. But where I'm guessing it looks like mono green Tron though. Just all his dust is surprising to see. Surprising to see they brought that back. I remember when it first came, people were playing it, and then slowly it's faded out, and I haven't seen anyone play it for forever. But the Sylvan Scrying makes it almost assuredly always mono green. Tron. Opponent deep in the tank, but whether they want to be on the play or not. But I do think this is a good matchup. We have threats and counter magic, which is kind of what you want from this deck. Okay. I don't think we can keep this without a red. The Spray Dragon just is going to sit in our hand. So we will go down to 6. Yeah, we'll keep this. Then we'll put Triumph on the bottom. I'm going to lead off with an island to make it less conspicuous. Opponent Mulligan at 4. Opponent's not having a good day. Oh, Mulligan's a 3. Opponent's not having a good day with their Tron deck. Although Tron does, like, you see, though, I mean, if we weren't a counterspell deck, we still would have, like, we could have just easily lost to what our opponent was doing, Mulligan that low. Alright, what do we draw? Track endings, good one to draw. So we'll play Island to make it a little less conspicuous on what we're doing over here. Ooh, opponent might just have the natural. They have this natural Tron. The Maul to 3. We'll pay 2 just because I don't wanna get blown out here by Baby Karn with their natural Tron. Okay, opponent did not have natural Tron. Not as crazy now. Alright, I'm going to pay 2 life again, just because. So this way I can hold up, like, you know, Counterspell and Thought Scour if I need to, or I'm just going to draw 2 with Archmage's Charm. Try to find a threat and just be in this game. Okay, yeah, in turn we will draw 2. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and play Sprite Dragon because I want to get a threat in. This way we can hold up Spell Pierce, then I'm gonna Thought Scour if nothing else. And then next turn we have Alpine Mine. Alpine Moon. Oh wow. Oh, is it gonna be a? Oh, the back-breaking Spell Pierce. Woo! Opponent got Tron, and then it was like, no, we got Spell Pierce, hang on. Okay, wow. If, I imagine my Tron opponent's probably a little salty. That one, because that is just absurd that I had it. Alright, so we're gonna play our land. When you go Alpine Moon, we'll name. Where's this tower, probably? Oops. Oh, it's URZ. Wait. Tower. And then, yeah, we'll just attack for 2. Or 3, I'm sorry. Forgot about the Spell Pierce already. So we are giving them green mana though, so they might be able to find some more stuff to do now because of that, but I think we'll be okay. Got it. You can play your Ancient Stirrings. I care about what you get off the Ancient Stirrings, not what you're. Not the dig card. Got a Karn. They have another land. Yeah, you don't have Tron. Oh! Oh! Poor opponent. Opponent did not realize that Alpine Moon turned off his Tron. For sure. Because he definitely snapped Karn pick to play it for 4 mana. Alright, well. Always fun to beat up on Tron. If any of my viewers are Tron players, I'm sorry for your deck choices. But we'll see you in the last and final round. Alright, we are back for the final round. I did lose the dice roll. Yeah, I mean, this one's kind of hard to mulligan. We don't have any spells or red lands, though. Or any spells. We don't have any creatures, and we don't have any red lands, but we have Counterspell, Thought Scour, Spell Pierce early on. I think I'm going to keep this against my better judgment. See if we can finish out this league with a 3-2. Alright, opponent Steam Vents Shock Pass. Gonna go Island Pass. I guess we're gonna go Thought Scour on the turn? No, okay. Drinking. Well, I'm gonna go Thought Scour on the turn. So. Right. Hey, Brazier Bauer. First time we've seen this all league. Well, besides when we were sideboarding. There's the Thought Scour. Yep, so they are the deck that we're almost mimicking, basically. I'm going to attempt to counterspell that. I feel that happened awfully fast. Kind of surprising. I'm gonna go Teferi. I'm going to plus on my Teferi. I don't want them to know that we have Spell Pierce. I think that's gonna be a little bit of an edge later on. Yep. I mean, if they're gonna spend two removal spells, yeah, they're gonna spend 2 bolts to do. Oh, they're gonna play. I mean, I guess that's fine. We have Brazen Borrower. Bounce it back, so it's not a 7/7. Let's cast Petty Theft now. I'm gonna Thought Scour myself now too, so that way I can try to draw a land. Hey, there's our red source too. So we got our red source now. We know one of their cards is okay. So wow, double Thought Scour just to bring it back. These G. At least it's not as big this time. It's 5/5. A little less threatening here. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Triumph here. So just gonna come and play tap either way. I'm gonna take the life just to cast Thought Scour. Okay, so I'm gonna yield through this turn, but that double Thought Scour was just backbreaking from them. So we're gonna take 5 here, because it's definitely what they're gonna do. And we'll see if they do anything else. I'm gonna counter the expressive iteration. I don't need them to be. Anything else over there? Alright, we're gonna try to trade here with Brazen Borrower, a Bolt. Oh, we tried. Alright, what do we... We have 3 more in our deck. Cool if we can see them. Yep, opponent has drawn infinitely better than we have. That is for sure. We can pretty much just concede at this point. 9-9 and 7-7 that we had no business answering. Yep, okay. Well, that was fun. Go to game 2. Buster Tron seems like a great card. I'm gonna cut all. I don't think I want to cut all of them. I want to trim on one of you, and I think that's what I want to do. You know what? Yeah. We have no answer to turn 1 Ragavan, which is a little scary to me. But I think this is going to be a game of nutrition too, as well. I'm going to keep it. Yeah, they have the turn 1 Ragavan, which is not good for us overall. Oh. Gonna yield through this turn. I think we can afford to take a hit off of Ragavan. Just annoying. The treasure is what I really care about. I don't care about the anything else. Card they hit is incidental most of the time. Yeah. Red Dragon's annoying. Look how I cast that though. Yeah. I hope I draw another land. Honestly surprised I didn't. We'll play our own Red Dragon. And we'll just wait. And at least we have Flusterstorm open, so that is a good version. I'm going to get a Jeskai there. And yeah, I mean, they're probably just gonna have another bolt, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yep. Kind of what I expected. Getting all the hits off my deck, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna call this. Well, an unfortunate end to how the deck started off with. I do think this deck is good overall. I think the sideboard needs a little bit tuning as a whole, but I mean I think the main board is really good. I do think that Ragavan is just really good. as well. I just can't afford them at this time, nor do I think I'll ever be able to afford Ragavan with what he costs. But I do think this is a good alternative to that type of deck. I also really like having the Teferi and Prismatic ending. I think it ends up being really well. I think Murktide has not been explored enough as well. I think that it can fit in a bunch of the other decks besides just the blue-red, Ragavan Murktide deck that you see running around. But that's essentially what I have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the deck, what you don't like about the deck, anything like that. But I will see you guys next time.